Hi, I am looking at some free programs for making animations. Today I am looking at a program called Pencil 2D. This is a program that I tried out quite some years ago. Well, what I tried out earlier was an ancestor of the program that I am looking at now. The earlier program was just called Pencil, and Pencil 2D is a fork from that program. The layout of the program is very similar to what I remember, but the program seems a lot easier to use now. Pencil 2D also have a community and a forum, which can be very handy if you get stuck at something. There will be links in the box below. Let's look at the layout. At the top we have a toolbar with File, Edit, View, Animation, Tools, Layer, Windows and Help. In the middle we have the area where we are going to draw. Everything else around it are windows. You can resize them and move them about if you want to have a different layout. In this layout we have a window here for tools. In this window we have options. We can resize the thickness of lines for a brush that we are using. On the other side we have 3 different windows that are dealing with colors. In the display window we have a couple of different things. Most important is controls for the onion skin function. Onion skin helps us with the animation by showing the lines of the drawing in the previous frame or the next frame or both. Under Edit, Preferences, Tools, we have controls for making different settings for the onion skin function. Finally, we have the window Timeline. This window is sort of the control center for putting all different images that we are using together into a movie. We have a horizontal bar with numbers for the frames. We have a column that holds the different layers, and for each layer we have a horizontal bar under the numbered frame bar. Each of these bars will hold the frames that belongs to each of the different layers. We have 4 types of layers. We have bitmap layers, which will hold bitmap graphics. We have vector layers for vector graphics. We have sound layers for soundtracks. And we have a camera layer. The camera layer decides the dimension of the final video. To change the dimensions of the movie, we need to double-click on the camera layer button. A window will open up where we have the possibility of changing the width and the height of the movie. In the drawing area we can see a white rectangle. That is the area that will be in the movie. We can draw outside the white rectangle, but that will not be part of the movie. On the left side of each layer button we will find a radio type button. If the radio button is empty, that layer is not visible. If the radio button is gray, the layer is visible. If the radio button is black, that layer has been selected. To select a visible layer, click on the bar that holds the frames for that layer. We have a red vertical marker that shows which frame is selected. We can move that red marker by clicking on the numbered horizontal frame bar. The marker will move to the position that we have indicated by clicking on it. At the crossing between the red marker and a selected layer, we have the position that we are drawing to at this time. It is very important to be careful that we have the right frame and the right layer selected. A frame bar to a layer does not automatically contain frames. You have to add the frames. Over the horizontal numbered frame bar we will find 3 buttons called keys. The first plus button will add a frame. The minus button will remove a frame, and the second plus button will copy a frame and paste it after the frames that already are there. In each case, it is the position at the crossing of the red marker and the layer frame bar that this thing will happen. Very important to be careful to have the right frame and the right layer selected. Over here we have the controls for running the animation. We also have a control for setting the speed of the animation in frames per second. Under File we can save our project as a project file. We also have the possibility to export a movie or an image sequence or a single image or an animated GIF. We also have the possibility to import images into our project. And this is a very useful function, since even if Pencil 2D have quite decent drawing tools, it is not quite on the level of a graphic editor that is specialized on drawings. So there might be times that you will prefer to draw things in your graphic editor of choice and import images into your project in Pencil 2D. Well, that was a quick tour of the functions of Pencil 2D. Now, let's animate something. I quite like this version of a pencil, and I will add it to my box of tools for animation. Well, this will be all for now. Bye.